Alright, and podcast is live. Hola, I'm Baljate Vaterna Advode. Welcome to this week's podcast. This is going to be a fun one. We're doing Land Nav. And we're also going to be doing Getting Old and Avoiding the Reaper as we're doing this, because there's going to be some shit going on that we obviously need to be able to remember how to do. So, this is a video episode again. And on the screen, I've got a land navigation game brought to us by Training and Doctrine from the U.S. Army. The link for this game is in the Mando'a podcast channel, if anyone wants to go and try this game yourself. So, doing land navigation, and Wes Mitten, if you want to jump in and correct me if I'm wrong or help me out describing it.
I am a novice. I am here to learn.
Okay, good to know.
Like I said, I haven't cracked my book yet.
So, land navigation, just like it says, is navigating your surroundings. So, we are given this map in-game to figure out points, where we're going. Honestly, I don't even know where I am on this thing. I'm pretty much a butter bar here and just trying to figure out what I'm doing. Gives us our pace count, like how many steps we've gone. Oops, what did I do? Oops, game paused. Get back into full screen here, there we go. So we've got our pace count. We always want to make sure we're keeping track of how many steps we're supposed to take. We always want to make sure we're checking the map, checking our compass, see which way we're going. Most compasses will do a magnetic north. You can also, if you get the right one, you can actually lock the compass to not move. When doing navigation, I keep hitting the escape button when I want to hit the other buttons. You want to use something in the distance to orient yourself on. So like if I turn around, I don't see my post anymore. So I know that I took a 90-degree turn and a 90-degree turn. So I'm going to look at these trees right here. I'm going to go straight. But also, look at this. I'm back on the path that I found. Let's turn back onto this path and see if I can find my starting point. Which looks like it has disappeared here, West.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Well, we've got a sign right here, so let's see what this sign says.
Now you're old enough. I'm 36. You're
Hey, I found point kilo. So now we can look at our map and see if I can find where we are. So we've got a course code. I'm assuming that's something that Training and Doctrine is actually going to use for their stuff. It's like, drop a PT belt. Did it drop a PT belt? There's a PT belt on the ground. Okay, alright, that can be our...
That's funny.
That is funny. It's like, sorry, First Sergeant, I lost my PT belt. I think I left it on the land nav course.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's see, I didn't get all of that wonderfulness because I wasn't able to enlist, but they got me to maps and went, no, never mind.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it was not fun, but
So they give us a grid north, magnetic north is the same thing. On the map, it breaks it down into kilometers, which I'm not sure if I remember. They'll usually give out a basic map of some post or base when you're doing land nav, and you just go off of that in the classroom. If I remember my ROTC days, I think it was Fort Knox that they hand out. I could be wrong, but it's just fun. Yeah, or they've changed it, and usually if you're on post, they'll give you a map of that post, so you can actually go out and do land nav with the map of base. So it's broken down into grid squares. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5 grid square with 25 individual squares inside of it. And it's going to be broken down into actual coordinates. So I'm going to Alt-tab out of this for a second, and we're going to go into the basics and stuff of actual land navigation. That's not what I want. There we go. Introduction to land nav. So we're going to be understanding azimuths, what that is, by the way, converting your azimuth, determining elevation, and calculating your distance on a map. So to accomplish your mission, you must be in the right place at the right time. Being in the right place requires you to navigate well. Knowing how to read a map is one of these things. Knowing how to use a map to navigate requires that you understand how to use azimuths, elevation, and map distance. So apparently there was a previous section to this, which we're not getting into because we don't have that. This section will expand on map reading skills and introducing you to how the military navigates using a map, compass, and protractor. You will learn what an azimuth is and how to convert azimuths in order to navigate using a compass and a map. You will also learn to determine the elevation of the terrain by analyzing contour lines. That's the little wavy lines on the map that'll tell you how high you are, how low you are, whether you're going to be in a hilly area or a flat area. Sometimes they'll have important markers on there like churches, famous buildings, state roads, highways, all that good stuff. So, and contour interval data from the marginal information on a military map, which you don't have to use a military map to do this. It's just what we're provided with at the moment. Lastly, we will learn to compute straight line and road distance using the scale in the margin of a map. Coupled with the learning from orienteering and map reading lessons, you'll have the basic knowledge to navigate from one point to another and arrive safely at your destination. So, just going to read this real quick. In the following vignette, one Colonel John Ziert Jr., commander of the 1st Support Command during the First Gulf War, remembers how a group of soldiers paid a serious price when they decided to rely on familiarity rather than put into practice basic map reading and land nav skill required of all soldiers. So they were captured during Desert Storm. The driver had been on a particular route 2 or 3 times and thought he knew where he was going. We all do it. Then instead of turning left, he kept going straight. They even saw the water tower on their right, which was a dead giveaway that they were going north rather than west. There were 2 HETs, heavy trucks, following each other. The guy, the one that was eventually captured, was in the lead vehicle and stopped. And the guys behind him said, "Hey, you're going the wrong way and we need to turn around." He said, "I'm not going the wrong way. I'm going straight. You can follow or turn around if you want." So they kept going straight. The next thing you know, they were in the middle of a firefight. Second vehicle got turned around in time and got out of there. the first vehicle got stuck and didn't get turned around, and the two of them got captured. So that's the importance of knowing where you are and how to read a map and actually using the equipment that you're given.
Use your skills.
Yes. Don't just say, it's like, oh, okay, there's a pile of water. Okay, it rains. You're going to have new piles of water. Piles of water is going to change. Trees are going to change. Now, albeit, it's going to take some... no, I'm not... Wrong words there. Yeah, terrain will change, but at the same time, make sure you have updated maps and equipment to know what is changing. So, understanding azimuths. Moving along. Everything in land nav begins with an azimuth. An azimuth is a horizontal angle measured clockwise by degrees or mils between a reference direction and a line to an observed or designated point. So, going back to the OE Games land nav. So if we look at our compass here, right now I'm standing at a 20 degree azimuth from due north. Due north being 0 or 360. So, I'm sorry, no, it looks like I'm at a 115. Or is that my step? That might be my steps. Let's get out of the map and compass and move a couple steps and see what happens. Nope, so that's actually my azimuth. Azimuth and compass direction are going to be hand in hand, same thing. Where was I at? There it is, PDF. So, the Army uses azimuths to express direction. Direction is determined from your start point, or where you are, outward towards your desired destination, or your intended target, because you use north, 0 or 360 degrees, as your baseline. 270 degrees away from north will always be due west. So think of yourself as standing in the middle of a Nebraska cornfield. You are facing north. The horizon stretches all the way around you in a great 360 degree circle. If you travel in azimuth of 0 degrees, or 360, or due north, you'll wind up in Canada at some point. If you turn right and travel an azimuth of 90 degrees due east, you will wind up in the Atlantic Ocean, probably off the coast of New Jersey. An azimuth of 180 due south, you'll end up in Mexico, and an azimuth of 270 due west will take you to the Pacific, just off the coast of Northern California. So, determining a grid azimuth using a protractor. There are two ways you can words are hard, especially if I'm just rambling. If I start to ramble, please let me know, West.
Oh, I'm listening and I'm going through this book that I've got. So I think everybody, this is like the core book that you need for a course in map reading. I think every Mando should get this and a few other field manuals. I mean, they're the civilian version, yes, but they give you the training that you need. And
I mean, you at least get the basics.
Yeah,
and you can go over it without having to come back to this.
And they're cheap. They're $15, $12, some of them. You know, they're not expensive on Amazon.
Or if you know people in the military who are still in, you might be able to get them for free.
This is true.
Not going to be free for the person that loses it, but they can strategically acquire a new one.
Yes, they could.
So, back to using a protractor to use a I'm getting tongue-tied again. I'm sorry, y'all. So, determining a grid azimuth using a protractor. You can use a map to determine a grid azimuth, or you can use a compass to determine a magnetic azimuth. Regardless of technique, you will learn in this chapter how to convert a grid azimuth to a magnetic azimuth, and a magnetic azimuth to a grid azimuth. You will first use a map and learn to determine the grid's azimuth. The steps, and remember, the azimuth is your direction from true north, all the way from 0 to 360. So, to begin, select a start point on the map. Mark its point A. Identify an endpoint on your map. Mark it as point B. Using the edge of your protractor, draw a straight pencil line. Don't use pens on this. You want to be able to erase your marks. If you use pen, you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to end up fucking up somewhere. And that ain't going to be good.
Yep.
So, using your pencil, draw a straight line between points A and B. This line is going to be your azimuth. Now you need to determine your grid azimuth of that line. The angle between the line and grid north. So you're going to lay your protractor down on your map. There's going to be a little crosshair. If you're looking at the screen, if you're watching the video, you're going to see this line right here. You're going to put this point, the middle of the protractor, on point A. And then wherever point B intersects on this outside piece... No, I'm sorry. Let's make sure I'm saying this right. I don't want to screw anybody up. Okay, no, you're going to be using the inside piece. So let's say you're standing right here at point A, and point B is all the way down here. You're going to be looking somewhere between 130 and 140. Now, let's just say for shits and giggles, we're at 135. So you're going to be heading due southeast to get to point B. So let's go back into our land nav game. And let's see if we can figure out how to do this on here. Because I really wish it would show where I'm standing. But it doesn't.
Well, you got spoiled by Skyrim.
And Destiny and all those other games.
Yeah.
So we've got pencil, we've got protractor, we can zoom in and out of the map. Drop the map down a little bit. So, unfortunately, we really don't know where we're standing. I'm going to see if I can find that water right there. Damn, I really wish I would stop hitting the escape button. I really am. Spoiled by maps that use escape instead of M. This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to just walk around and try to find shit. Try to stand on top of a hill, see what I can see. See any water? I don't see any water yet.
Yeah, you can't climb a tree.
Yeah, I know. I don't have my climate boots on.
Yeah. Comes a hillbilly kid out in me.
So it doesn't show me what point I'm at. It really doesn't, and that's what's really bugging me.
You're point kilo.
Yeah, and that's where I'm back to now. Back up and walk into it again. But when it pulls up, you found point kilo, record point. It doesn't actually show me grid coordinates. Grid coordinates is going to be an 8-digit number where it shows direction, hours, direction, minutes. And you can even get down into direction and seconds, all that good stuff. But I'm not recognizing this. Like, why do I have letters in here? I can't just drop a point on the map to say, oh, I'm right here. That's not the way this game works, apparently.
Right.
Because I can just drop that here, drop that there, drop that there, and that's not the way this works, apparently. There is no gray. You are here.
Right. Well, there isn't one when you fall out of a plane or...
Well, yeah, but at least you can see the terrain features.
This is true.
And you can at least say, okay, I'm going to drop near this water. This game just dropped me in at a starting point, and it's not telling me where that starting point is on the map. Which is unfortunate.
Well, you're in the forest, so you're somewhere...
Somewhere in this area, I would assume.
Yeah, but that's a big area.
It's a big swath of area, yeah. Or I could be over in this little bitty tiny square over here. Kind of doubt it, though.
Yeah, I doubt you're over there. Does it give you a point to where you need to get to?
Again, I still need to find out where I'm at to get there. So actually, hold on. Let's try something here. Okay, so apparently I've got some kind of azimuth right here. And I'm pointing due north right now. So let's take a look at the map. And again, I really don't know where. Because if I just do an azimuth of 90 degrees, I could walk right off this map.
Yeah.
Because I would like to head for the water. I know I'm at least facing this direction. So let's see what happens when I just walk due north. See what I can find. Do what?
I said you run into a tree.
Ow. Tree. That hurt.
There goes your shoulder.
I legit thought this was a hippo at first. This rock I thought was a hippo.
While you're going north, I'm going to read the preface for this.
Yeah, go ahead.
The purpose of this field manual is to provide a standardized source document for Army-wide reference on map reading and land navigation. The manual applies to every soldier in the Army regardless of service, branch, MOS, or rank. This manual also contains both doctrine and training guidance on these subjects. It's like a course book. Part 1 addresses map reading and Part 2 land navigation. The appendixes include a list of exportable training materials, a matrix of land navigation tasks, and introduction to orientating, and a discussion of several devices that can assist a soldier in land navigation. The proponents of this publication is in the U.S. Army Infantry School, such as changes, a bunch of, Hamadan and all that.
Yeah.
Bunch of this is a nice little book to go through. I wish I wasn't as technologically impaired so I could figure out Discord. Send you a picture of the contents.
Oh, let's see. So I've gone 630 paces and counting from where I started.
Due north.
Due north. With a couple of side shifts, but I have not changed my compass heading. So I'm still inside the forest area.
Yep, more trees. There you found the path again.
Yep. And again, just still due north. I haven't changed actual direction. I might go left and right, but I haven't been turning left or right.
Okay, pull your map up.
I mean, I would assume there's no roads.
South. Oh, there's no paths or anything marked.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I've got to get oh, that helps.
All of this is just terrain. Now, those might be paths. I'm not sure. But again, it doesn't help me because there's no saying I'm on this path.
Right, I figured you might be able to find a path that goes north, follow that on your map.
Yeah, but I could be over here on this side. It doesn't mean it dropped me right here in the middle of the map. There's no kilo checkpoint on here, nothing. It's not like Google Map where I can zoom in and it gives me more information.
That'd be nice. If only.
Like, it's not like it's going to give me street names and shit. Thanks, Tradoc. Way to fuck us over here. I can take it off the map and I can bring it back onto the. Let's drop a PT belt. Let's see how fast First Sergeant finds me. Drop PT belt. Somebody dropped a PT belt. Ooh, look, new. I found another point. Oops. Found Sierra. And again, it doesn't. Those are the same points that I've had.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens when I just do Sierra. So let's pull the map up now. See if anything changed. Nope.
I think you gotta drop your pins.
But again, I don't know where I'm at.
I feel like there's reference material that there's classroom material that this training game goes with.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Oh. I'm feeling old today.
Oh, look. Damn, I just dropped myself at the starting point.
You reset yourself?
I did. But again, I still don't know 32 Quebec Alpha Uniform 047-10452.
Right.
Because that could be 32 degrees north, or 32 degrees, 04 hours, 71 degrees, 054 seconds, but what would the 2 be? Help!
Error. Yeah, I have no idea, dude.
Hide help. Call the First Sergeant.
Right, no doubt. Sir, I'm an idiot.
Top, please. I got lost.
Uh-oh. So, I feel old today. I slept wrong and my back hurts.
Ooh. Yeah, that goes into our other topic that we talked about last week. But because my dumbass decided to mute my mic doing something in the personal life, I forgot to unmute it for last week's recording. So yeah, let's go into a little bit of getting old and avoiding the Reaper while we're here. I think you had some good points last week. What were those? If you can remember, old man.
Some of the old man advice that I've got throughout my life from some of the various, fatherly figures that I've had. Protect your knees, just your joints in general. I found is I hurt and I didn't follow that advice. So any of you youngins in there listening, listen up. Protect your joints. Eat a salad every day. You don't have to like it. Just do it. And, protect your body. Take care of yourself. Do more than sit on the couch. I walk to work every day because I know I need the exercise. It's only a half a mile, but it's still a half a mile more than what I would be getting normally if I just drove. I figure it's a good way to, cut down the carbon and protect my body.
Goes into eating the right foods and taking care of yourself.
Yeah, it's basically just not treating yourself like shit. You are the weapon. Polish it. Service it.
Your body is the temple. Treat it as such.
Oh. Mine's got a little bit of graffiti on it, but...
Mine's a well-oiled machine, if you catch my meaning.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, this well-oiled machine needs food, eventually.
Yeah, I've got to do that, too. And the kids ate cereal, and I'm just like, I'll have a bite of jerky, and that'll tide me over.
I haven't even had that, and I've been up for a couple hours now.
Yeah, I've been up since, 5 o'clock Eastern.
About 7 o'clock for me. When I rolled out of bed, 7:30 maybe.
No, I get up every day at the same time. Doesn't matter if I gotta go work or not. It sucks.
Alright, so on the topic of the land nav, it's showing just what I was talking about. Laying the crosshair down on point A and following your line. So the azimuth of this one would be approximately, was that about 100 degrees? I think that's what that is. My eyesight's not too great, and the map has got a lot of shit right on top of it at that point, but it's somewhere between 95 and 100, if you see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is where you
it's
would...
hard to see, but yeah.
But this is how you get your azimuth. You start at point A, lay your protractor down with the crosshairs on A, and whatever this line intersects on this inside is going to be your directional compass line. So just like lift and reposition the protractor so you can use its side as an angle. Draw a line connecting the known point and the tick mark on the map. This is your grid direction, your azimuth. So determining a back azimuth is simply the opposite of what you just did. So your back azimuth, you'll basically put the crosshair on B and follow the line back through the left side of the protractor to find your azimuth to go backwards. So basically, let's see, the game's at least good for some stuff. So let's say, whoa, that's peak. Let's zoom the map in. Good God, that thing, why is it doing that? So let's say, for example, we started on this corner of square 5, square 6, and we were going. Really wish I could make that a little bit smaller. No reason that needs to be as big as the damn map. That does us no good.
No.
There's no reason that map is going to be as big as your protractor.
Oh, this even goes into star navigation.
You're talking about your field manual?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just going to exit out of this game. Screw that. Something I was doing there was not helping me at all. So if you want to determine your magnetic azimuth to an object, you're going to be using magnetic instruments such as a compass. The Army uses 2 types of compasses. The M2 compass and a lensatic compass. Soldiers using the M2 compass primarily for positioning indirect fire weapons such as mortars. The lensatic compass is used for land navigation. So that's going to be the one you're going to be holding in your hand. Trying to figure out what it means by figure 3.5. That's going to be in some other section that we didn't cover. Oh, nope, here it is.
Yeah, figure. Yeah.
So this is going to be your lensatic compass. So you've got true, magnetic, and grid north. And this was pictured in that game as well. But basically, you're going to be following an arbitrary line or azimuth right here. And you're going to have your grid north, and you're going to have magnetic north, which is going to be an 8-degree difference. Most of the time. So, going back to determining magnetic direction to an object. So you're going to use your compass to its fullest, so the cover forms a straight edge with the base. Move the lens, the rear of the sight, to the rearmost position. This will allow the dial to float freely. Place your thumb through the loophole and form a steady base with your 3rd and 4th fingers, and extend your index finger along. Basically form a gun with your hand, and let the compass set on it. So, turn your body towards the object you wish to get a direction to, pointing your compass over directly at the object. So aim down your sights and look at something.
Right.
Look down and read the azimuth from beneath the fixed black index line on the compass, and that's going to be your direction. So let's say, for example, you're holding your compass, you turn to face a tree. That tree lines up with 25 degrees, that's going to be your azimuth. So, doesn't matter whether you turn from 360 degrees, 270, the object you're looking at is at 25 degrees, that's the direction you're going to go. You're not going to have a pace count or anything. You're just looking, it's like, okay, I see that tree, it's 25 degrees from north, that's where I'm going. And that tree is what you're going to focus on as you're walking. Try to find some distinguished feature about it to distinguish it from every other tree around you. That's the key that you need to take away from this. Find something unique on your direction and keep an eye on it. Even if you have to look down, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. It made it look like this. That's what you're trying to do. That way, if you have to look around, look down, change your heading or something, because something's blocking your path, say a ditch, a gully, a canyon, I mean, if you're going out across a canyon, you're going to be doing some major land nav anyways, so good luck with that.
Right.
But at the same time, if you have to cross a road or go around a toll bridge or something, keep in mind what you were focused on so that you can get around to it. So in this next section, it's going to be shooting an azimuth with a compass, converting the azimuth, adjusting for grid magnetic angles. But I don't think we're going to go too far into that just yet. Because that's getting... It is part of the basics. What do you think, West?
I mean, it's your vocal cords, man.
I know, they're starting to get rough, though.
And you gotta eat.
I mean, we've covered about 41 minutes so far in this. If anybody wants to cover more of this and get to know more of it, I'm going to be posting all the links that I found in the Mando'a podcast channel.
Okay.
And I'll also try to see if we can get a land navigation channel, maybe. Or what channel that would go into in the server.
That'd probably be the training, just the basic training. I don't remember, I can't pronounce half of the...
Yeah, see, I thought the Ramakadish channel was for like physical fitness and stuff, because that's usually what we found in there. But I'll see if that's the right channel to be putting that in. So hopefully we covered some good stuff here. Got some random shit out of me, so it's always fun.
Right. Always. Now, there's got to be, like I said, I've got this training manual. There's got to be better, or there's got to be courses that you can do online that are free. I will try to look for some of that and throw it in the podcast channel as well.
Yeah, get a map of your local area. Use it to practice this. That's going to be the best thing to do. Is go outside and actually practice.
Used to be able to go out to like a gas station and buy a map, but I don't think they do that anymore.
Go on Amazon. I'm sure you can find one.
Right.
Amazon's got everything, including the kitchen sink, so... Not that I want to cut this short. This is something important to know. Just I have to let my vocal cords take a rest here. Words are starting to come out wrong.
I feel ya. That's kind of how I was last week.
Alright, let's go ahead and cut off the recording.